All right, we are out here at the Waterman residence. It is March 10th, 2023, claim number 0340, B as in boy, 029, C as in Charlie. We have been asked to perform a repair attempt by State Farm. Again, this is Waterman residence. We were asked by State Farm to perform a repair attempt. This was the shingle that was suggested by State Farm. Timberline, GAF. Hickory is the matching color to this roof. You might swing around there, but we can look at the shingle size. The width is 39 3/8, 13 1/4 inch for height. We are here. We have our repair area. This shingle, I believe that there was like a couple shingles on this side. The claim paperwork shows it over here somewhere. This shingle is a little bit lifted and pulled through the nails, so we're going to do it right here. We're going to pull this shingle. The yellow body outline is for this pole shingle. A couple shingles that we want to really keep an eye on are these two overlying shingles. I'm sorry, 3, 1, 2, and 3. We just want to pay attention to creasing, delamination, granule retention. If you take a close look now, we don't see any creasing. Granular retention's really good on these. Minor granule loss. Same with this guy right here. We want to real quick just check delamination on these. Make sure there's not already any of these teeth or the gates starting to come loose. They all seem to be pretty good. Let's come over here and we'll just pick a spot. Let's use this. We'll use this for our control. Reason we want to have this, so it's going to be this one here, just to reference back to it for granule retention. Check the teeth here. I mean, just to compare once we're done doing the repair on our pole shingle, we can reference back to this to see what those overlying shingles compare to. So yeah, we're gonna get started on this. Pull a couple shingles out here. We'll take a look at color first. Blue right in the back of my truck. This is our GAF, Timberline, Natural Shadow. I would say the color's fairly close. Now that I look at it, we'll have to see what it looks like once it's in here. There's definitely a different pattern to the teeth than the shingle that's on the roof. We believe that the shingle on the roof is a different shingle. We've submitted that documentation to State Farm. State Farm still insisted that we use this shingle. So once we get it in, we'll be able to really tell. Again, we'll just verify this. Package says 39 3/8. It's close, 39 1/4. Height 13 1/4. Exposure 5 5/8. Pretty standard for a new laminate. We're gonna get to it here. I got some basic repair tools. I got my flat bar for all the nail pulling, my roofing hatchet, and I do have a little mini pry bar I like to use. We cannot, one thing State Farm likes to see sometimes is a roof snake. We cannot use a roof snake on a laminate shingle for multiple reasons, but the main being that the neck on the nail holder is not deep enough for a laminate. So if you read the manufacturer specs on that, that's what the roof snake says. So we're going to use our flat bar. You want to try to minimize the manipulation of the overlying shingles. I do want you to take a look at this real quick. As you can see, you see those two yellow lines? That's the nail zone. Those nails are not overdriven, not out of the nail zone. It looks to be a pretty good install. I have had some little minor tears in the shingles right here. I'm trying to get underneath there. So here's our pull shingle. Take a look at that. We got our replacement shingle here. Let's take a quick measurement on this guy. Take a look at that. .40 and 1/16 or 1/8 by It is 13 1/4 tall. These are obviously different sizes, and this is kind of an awkward size. Let's see. Let me compare them for size real quick. Let's take a look at these. This is what we were trying to tell State Farm. I came out here before to meet a State Farm adjuster to pull a shingle. I showed him this with the proper shingle. The shingle that is on the roof, you see that? The height is good and everything. It's just you see it lined up there. The height and everything is good on it, but the width is, I mean, we have a little sliver right here. We'll see once we get it in there, but this is what we tried to show State Farm before. This shingle that's on the roof is actually a Malarkey shingle. It is not a GAF. Malarkey, several years ago, had basically they were testing markets and some shingles, and this a Malarkey Highlander and Vista at that time they made in a 40-inch width. Couple of features of a Malarkey. This one isn't stamped with their normal logos that I can tell. And I believe that was due to the market testing at that time. But almost all Malarkeys will have that embedded cellophane strip on the face. And then you look at the back of it, this wide cellophane strip here is kind of a signature of Malarkey. We run into this shingle quite often. I've talked to Malarkey reps. That's 100% a Malarkey shingle. Again, we sent this out for testing. It came back, provided it to State Farm. They suggested we use a GAF Timberline Natural Shadow in hickory. So there's obvious different features. We're gonna go ahead and stick it in here. See what happens. Take a look at that. Color's close. I definitely don't think it's exact. There's obvious different patterns in the teeth. There's a different width. It's an awkward size for shingle width. Malarkey's new Vistas and Highlanders are 39 3/8. They just had this limited run of shingles, and it makes it very difficult to do any repairs with them. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this in, and then we'll take a look at it again. We can already see that there is some creasing beginning on that first overlying shingle. As you can see, I'm not bending that shingle barely enough for me to get my hatchet in there. I actually really need to bend it more, but it's going to damage the shingle, so I'm really trying to mitigate those damages. Make sure we're all good here. Oh, that one should be good. Okay. Go ahead and take a look at that before. If you can get up like that, you can see the shingles. You can see the manipulation of these shingles has caused them to curl. There's already some obvious creasing and cracking that's begun. Some delamination there beginning. If we take a look, heavy creasing, and then if we come down here, per our conversation with the adjuster, we were told that we could cut and stick a shingle in there. So let's try it. Not only is this going to be an extremely difficult cut, because I don't have a whole lot of material that I'm working with there, it's an extremely difficult cut to make. That's completely unacceptable. We can cut shingles for rake edges, wall ends, things like that. Cutting shingles out in the field like this is completely unacceptable. There's not a single manufacturer on the market that would accept something like this. Let alone professional roofing contractors and companies. This would be unacceptable from any of our repair techs. There's no way that this is going to resist wind. I'll probably come back here next week and that'll be gone. There's not enough surface to nail. I mean, the nail head is almost as wide as the strip. That's just completely unacceptable. I'm not even going to put it in there. So that's out of the option. If we were to just caulk this, you're presenting a maintenance issue. Caulking doesn't last like that, exposed out in the heat of the Arizona sun. So we'll take our little brush here. Some pretty heavy granule loss. I got my little blower here. Just if you watch, you can see all the granules coming off of there. I mean, that's all granules. We come back over to our control shingle. Very minimal. So with the, you want to get this one more time, Tyler. With the heavy creasing, the delamination, the tearing of the shingles, the size difference, this is definitely not a repairable roof. We would definitely recommend replacement on this. We're going to throw a tarp over this, make sure we don't have no leaks from our little piece missing there. If you got any further questions, please let me know. Thanks.